Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen all around the world. Welcome to Cellar 13 Films, Chips, Dips, Films, and Scripts. I'm your host, Glenn Spillman, and this is Joe Rigdon. We're going to be interviewing Joe today, and we are in the middle of his escape room business. Real quick, though, ladies and gentlemen, we have been out and about for quite some time, so this is actually a special show that we are doing just for Joe because he is going to be doing his grand opening, and we are going to talk a little bit about what he's doing. There's some things that he doesn't want to talk about, just plain and simple, because he doesn't want to give away a lot of his secrets, and I don't blame him for that. But we're just going to dive right into it, man. So if anyone has any questions, I got my little phone here, so I'm going to pull up the Facebook here so I could read everyone's questions, because my eyes are not that good. Joe, welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, man, thanks. And thanks for doing a special show. I didn't know you were doing a special show just for me, man.
Always for you, man.
I'm so flattered right
Yeah,
now.
Where's our freaking Mountain Dew sponsors? It's an inside joke.
Still haven't gotten a hold of
Yeah, it's an inside joke between Joe and I. We'll tell you about that story later. But real quick, though, I want to give a shout out to Two Fools Productions and Gabe and those cats down in Dan.
Alex.
And Alex. Gabe and Alex. Thank you. I suck at names.
There's two fools
there. Yeah, Two Fools.
Yeah.
And
great name choice. Very appropriate.
Exactly. The premiere of their series, The Wretched, is going to be in Danville at a private screening at a theater, and myself and this guy right here are one of the, well, there's a plethora of people in it, but if any of you guys are in the area, go check it out. You could DM us and we'll give you that information. So without further ado, Joe, my friend, last time I was here, there was nothing but walls, some kind of floor. There was none of this stuff. Absolutely, completely transformed. So I'm just going to let you tell everyone what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Well, we spent the last about 6 months working with the city of Rancho Cordova for our permits and then actually getting the construction. I'll tell you, I did a ton of research for this thing. I researched the heck out of it, thought I did all my homework, and I still way undershot what this was going to take to make it happen. We thought, once we got our permits, we thought, oh yeah, a couple weeks, we'll be done, we'll hammer it out. That was a few months ago. So we're very excited now to get where we're at. And what we've basically done is we've taken 1,000 square foot space and built a few walls, put in a lot of corrugate, and behind me is the actual room where you do your adventure, your physical adventure game, I guess is what we're calling them. It's an escape room. If you don't know what an escape room is out there, it's basically just that. It's a physical adventure game. You come in, we give you a theme. You work within that theme, you get into the room, and then you have to solve a series of puzzles and riddles using like clues and hints and different forms of strategy. One thing with our room that I really, really enjoy and I think is working out well for us so far, and it has done really well in our testing phases, is whether you've been to an escape room before or you've never been to an escape room or you go all the time, we tried to just kind of create our own thing. It's kind of the fun thing in this business is while another escape room would technically be my competitor,
right?
You have people in this industry that are passionate about what they're doing. They love doing this. This is a labor of love. We get in there and yes, it takes a lot of hours and a lot longer to accomplish what we thought we were going to do. Just like when you're doing your film,
right?
It's a labor of love. There's so much that goes into it that people don't see. But you do that because you really love doing it, and so while another filmmaker may technically be your competitor,
right,
you want to work within a community.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You want to work together, and so that's how it is for a lot of escape room owners. Is we work together, and so we've kind of looked at what other people have done, and hopefully come up with our own creative version here. Our room in particular, some escape rooms are very heavily themed. So some escape rooms you go to, and it's like a ride at Disneyland.
Right.
To be honest, I mean, it's really amazing. There's special effects everywhere. There's things popping out. I mean, it's really, really intricate. Other escape rooms that you go to are extremely puzzle based. It's not really heavily themed. It's more about, can you solve these puzzles? How quickly can you get through them? We tried to come up with something that was in between both of those. So in our room, it is themed, and we worked really hard on creating what we feel is a fairly immersive environment. but we've also there's no need to use flashlights. The lighting is very well done in there. We didn't pick a scary theme in this one, so that's one question we get a lot: is it scary? This is not a scary themed room. We kept kind of a neutral theme so that everyone can come in and see and if this is something that they enjoy and try to enjoy the experience that they're on that they're involved in while they're here. So it's a little bit puzzle based, it's a little bit theme based.
Yeah,
you know, it goes in both ways, and I think that one of the things we really tried to accomplish here was our puzzles should appeal to both left and right-brained people.
Okay.
So unless you're the James Bond of thought process, you're where you've mastered every way of thought process, you're not going to get through here by yourself. Maybe there's a few out there. There's always, those who stand out in society, I guess, and can do amazing things. But most people aren't going to be able to get through here by themselves. You're going to need
real
more
quick, what I'm going to put up here on the screen here. What is your? Why don't you type in your website there?
Okay.
So he's going to type in his website, and it's going to pop up here to where you guys can go, not only to get more information about what he's doing, but also to make a reservation to come to the escape room and do it. Now, it is, thanks, man. It is mental as well. So it's physical and mental. You got to use your head. And I just want to say, I'm not going to tell you what's behind me, but I've been to these, the rooms that he's talking about, and just from a visual aspect and an artistic aspect, it is phenomenal what you have done to the rooms, and with all original, mostly original pieces. And I'm not going to say at all what they are. You're going to have to come here and check it out yourself. And if anyone is traveling outside of the Sacramento area that flies in and visits for summer or whatever, go to the website that is on here,
escapejar.com.
And you could make a reservation for July, for August or whatever, because once the soft opening is done and once it's blasted out there, this thing's going to fill up. And I'm telling you, you guys are going to want to check it out, man.
Well, thanks. We worked really hard to make that. That was what a lot of our work was. Is in all this is from scratch. But when you mentioned something there that I really thought about that's really important with these rooms, and in one of the ways, because I run into people all the time who have never been to an escape room,
right?
And they want to know what it is and why they would go. The way I've been describing it to people lately, like you said, exercising your brain or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. This is like a gym for your brain. So when you go out and you play basketball or you play football or soccer or any kind of physical activity, or you just go to the gym and you like running and listening to your music, you're usually finding some way to enjoy exercising your muscles.
Right.
And you're using different muscles at different times. Well, to us, the most important muscle in your body is your brain.
Right.
Your brain is an extremely important muscle.
Yeah.
This is a gym for your brain. This is where you can come and work out. One of the things in here, we give you clues. If you get stuck, we give you clues. One thing I find that's really important in here is the concept of ego. A lot of people come in very competitive with a big ego, and they're like, oh man, I don't want to ask for clues. I don't want to ask for clues. We have designed the room. You're probably going to have to ask for a clue once in a while, unless you come in with a very diverse group of people who think differently. That's where the teamwork aspect comes in.
Let me ask you a quick question. So on that, so when someone comes in, how many people first per, say group A comes in, how many people are allowed in there?
We have maximum capacity of 10.
Okay.
Beyond 10, you're going to have people just standing around. We say the magic number is between 6 and 8.
Okay.
6 to 8 is where you're going to have the highest level of enjoyment we find in the puzzles. You get 10 people in there, we can bring 10 in, but you might get to a bottleneck in the puzzles where there's a couple people standing around. If you bring in like 3 or 4, you guys better really know what you're doing, because there's a lot of puzzles to solve.
Now, do people all know each other? Or, I mean, obviously there could be groups that come in, but like if 2 people book, do you put them with 2 other people and then 2 other people? Or do you tell people, hey, we would really like to get a group of X amount, see if you can get that many. If not, do you pair them up with other people?
Kind of like going to the movies. When you buy tickets, it's whatever's available. So there's I believe right now we have 8. We're increasing it to 10. So right now there's 8 seats available per game that we do. So you can go in and look. If you only have 2 people, you might want to look for a room that already has 3 or 4 people booked on it, so you can go in with a larger group and join them. If you have a group of 4 and you don't want to join another group or have another group join in, we have a private party option. where you can just go ahead and book the room for yourselves.
Oh, nice.
And do it with just your people.
Real quick, if you guys that are watching at all have any questions that you want to ask Joe here about,
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Just ask questions. You don't have to sit there and watch. But we do appreciate everyone watching. But so what does this mean for the community around here? This what you're doing. What does it mean for the community?
Well, I hope it means good things. I mean, as usual, I've worked other companies where we were always fond of sponsoring youth events and things like that. So, of course, Jar Studios will continue to do that. We're going to, try to get involved in sponsoring youth events around town. But honestly, I mean, anytime a business comes into your community and grows, it's good for your community. The city of Rancho Cordova has been unbelievable in being helpful and helping us to get where we are today, to where we can bring something really enjoyable to the public. Because they understand the same idea, that it is all about, building anything within your community to help improve it. So yeah, that's where I think, and hopefully it'll give people another thing to do when they're out here in Rancho, or bring others from outlying areas into Rancho.
So I know I will get asked, and maybe you've already been asked this question, at some point in time when I'm talking to people about this. They might ask, okay, hey, if we bring 6 or 8 people and we want to book a private night, are we allowed to bring alcoholic beverages in the facility with us?
No.
Okay.
And actually, to be honest, we don't recommend you come in using alcohol or anything like that. You're exercising your brain here.
Right.
Things like alcohol are designed to kind of shut your brain off.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Yeah.
So this is more of an intellectual experience, but it's not just. We want to be careful in that. It's not just an intellectual experience. We had a group of 13 to 16-year-old girls come in, and all of them said, "Oh, we're not very smart. Is it going to be hard?" They had a blast. They had a great time. Actually, some of them did way better, because the way we've designed the puzzles is, some of them are similar to like Sudoku, where it's a logic puzzle, and somebody that's really left-brained, they'll get into it and they'll have a really fun time doing the logic puzzle. Some of the other puzzles are a little bit more geared to right-brain people, where it's about observing your environment and recognizing differences in your environment, subtle differences and things like that, and understanding. We even have one puzzle that I'm really fond of, because it's been so much fun to watch how different people do it. We call it a resource puzzle. We don't give you how to do it. There's tons of things in the room that you could use to accomplish what you need to do. We just kind of think it's interesting to see people, what they choose to use in order to accomplish the task. So there's a lot of opportunities for people of different mindsets to come in. So it's not, you don't sit around and say, "Oh, I'm not a brainiac, I don't think I'm going to enjoy that." We really want you to enjoy the room. And that's what our staff works with. Well, our staff right now is me, but that's where I like to really work with people when they're in the room as well. When we give you clues, we don't just give you the answer.
Right.
We lead you to the answer. It's a great one for like I said, the teenage kids. A lot of them, it's a great experience. It's one of those moments when they don't realize they're learning, because they're having fun.
What is the time limit? So from the time that door locks, closes behind them, what is the time limit that they have to get completely done?
And real quick, good point. Door doesn't actually lock. So this is make-believe land. You have to bring your imagination with us a little bit. Yeah, it's an important disclaimer. We don't at any time put you in any kind of peril. There is never a time when any participants, we work really hard to make sure that everything in here is safe. Everything's ADA compliant. You can come in a wheelchair, whatever equipment you need to get around in life, we can accommodate for that, and we can make sure that you are able to fully immerse and enjoy the experience. That's really important to us. The time limit, though, is 60 minutes.
Okay.
Typical room time. So you come in with your group. From the moment you go in and we shut the door, you have 60 minutes to complete the task. And you'll be given your story when you come in. The story goes along with that. And they tell you why you have 60 minutes to get out of the room and what's going to happen in that 60 minutes. Make believe happen, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be able to go home. We like repeat customers.
Right.
So, but yeah, they'll give you whoever's here with you will give you the scenario that's involved, and that'll explain everything to you. But yeah, 60 minutes is how long they take.
Now, are you going to have any type of, in the future, any type of competition to where you'll say, "Oh, well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Tony the Tiger, 3-time world champion boxer just tuned in. What's up, Tony?
I know Tony. I interviewed Tony when I had a radio show. I used to have a radio show way back, and I had
he
Tony
was my
on there
first.
as a guest.
He was my first interview on the sports show when I was on FM radio here.
Nice guy, Tony.
So Tony says, "What is this?
Unless
what's
you skip
the
your bail,
task?"
and he's not a nice guy.
So Tony says, "What is this? What's the task?" So briefly, re-explain to Tony what we're doing here.
So what we're doing is I've opened up an escape room here in Rancho Cordova. And what an escape room is you come in, it's a physical adventure game, or as I described earlier, it's sort of like a workout gym for your brain. We have plenty of gyms, Planet Fitness, 24-hour, I'm not trying to plug anybody, but there's plenty of gyms you can join up with where you can go work out all your muscles. This is a gym, you don't even have to join up and do a membership. You can just book an experience, come in, and it's a workout for your brain. It's generally recommended that you do it with a group. We give you a scenario. So it makes it a little bit fun. You're going into make-believe land, you know, and you go inside, you get the scenario, and I'll go ahead and give out our scenario here. You can see the corrugate and everything behind me, all the rusty corrugate. I'll give you a rough rundown of what ours is. We have created a mock-up of a 1950s bomb shelter. And you're a group of survivors in the wasteland. That's about all I'm going to give you. That is that you found this bomb shelter, and for whatever reason, you're going to end up being locked in the bomb shelter, and you'll have an hour to get yourself out. The way you get out is you look around the room, you read clues, you find clues and things like that. One clue might help you open a cabinet. Inside the cabinet, you might find more locked boxes. Then those boxes will have clues on them that will lead you to the answer that gives you the combination, so you can open it and find another clue. When you've completed all of the clues or all of the objectives, then you exit the room victorious. Kind of like beating a video game or anything like
Let me give you a little brief history on Joe here. Joe is just not a guy that just says, you know what, man, I think I want to open an escape room, and then just does it. He, as far as the entertainment realm, I mean, this cat, back in the day, I mean, he was well, he still is, but I mean, he started out with painting and doing graffiti art.
I was a street performer for 8 years.
He's been over in Australia doing all that stuff. I mean, he's done a lot of film. He's an actor. He's a writer. He's a producer. He's a director. So the artistic realm in this guy, I mean, he did all of this stuff.
And my wife.
And his wife.
I gotta tip my hat to my wife. This isn't even possible without her. A lot of what you see around me happened because of her, and I don't just mean she was a loving, supportive wife. I mean, she's in here physically hammering nails, cutting boards, staining, sealing, and on the creative realm as well. Some of these puzzles in this room were designed by my wife, not just by me. Entirely 100% fully immersed into the business with me, so I couldn't have done it without her.
So Tony says how many people at one time in the room, and I just typed in up to 10.
Yep.
Hey, I just wanted, what's your son's name?
Ethan.
Hey brother, good job on graduation here in about 2 hours. At 6 p.m. So hey man, if you see this later, good job, brother.
Yeah, my son's graduating high school this year, man. That's pretty amazing. I had my younger son had his. I guess they call it graduation or promotion or whatever. He's going into high school next year.
Oh, so junior high. Yeah, he's graduating junior high,
Yeah, so he's going to be a freshman over at Cordova.
Right on.
And my older son, Ethan, is leaving Cordova this year.
Right on. Tony says, how much per person?
Oh, it's $30 per person, which is normal rate for escape rooms. However, that's a really good question because we're doing a promotion. This room is there's a lot of stuff in this room that's throwback. One of the things we really enjoy about it, a lot of things people talk about that you use your phone for everything now. You don't get to bring your phone in the room.
There you go.
No phones in the room.
People's head will explode when you ask them for the phone.
Yeah.
Is that what those are for?
That's what the lockers over here are for. Exactly. You lock up all your things, and so you don't have Google, no Siri, no Google, none of that helping you out.
No Lifeline.
Yeah, no life. Well, you have the
meaning.
I'm your lifeline.
Yeah,
you can call me for your clues, but that's about it. And that's through a walkie-talkie that we give you in there. So, but on the price structure, because we did so much throwback, we decided that there was another throwback we wanted to honor in this, and we are offering matinee prices. And we wanted our matinee prices to be a good deal. We didn't want it to be, I'm saving a couple bucks going to matinee.
Right.
So it's $30 a person for all our bookings, except if you book from 10 to 2 p.m., it is only $20. So if you come in with a group of 8, you're saving $80 going to a matinee. instead of going to.
So they can come in for. Let me tell you this, folks, real quick. Even at $30 to come to an escape room with friends, family, or even strangers. Number one, you're getting an experience, and you're, like you said, you're exercising your brain. And I promise you this, I have not, and I'll tell you this, I have never in my entire life done an escape room. I've had a couple people that has a, hey man, I got this friend that does this, wherever I was, I don't remember where I was. I've never done one, I just never got around to it.
Maybe we'll film Glenn and time him doing it by himself.
Oh yeah, I'd like to do that.
A little 9-hour Facebook Live video.
Yeah, it might turn into a real horror film, a snuff film. But no, I mean, it's fun, it's from what you walked me through, it's a great time. And I promise you, man, even though that I've not done it, I've talked to this guy about this heck, when we drove to Danville, we talked all the way down there, all the way on set, and here, we've done an interview before. It just seems like a freaking fun time, man.
Yeah, we're coming up on almost a year now. We didn't break ground until a few months ago, but we started the research and building the business plan all the way back in last September.
All right, Casey says, I would love to do the escape room. Tony says, Glenn, I'm in. Let's get some folks and do it. Where's it at?
Sign up.
Well, Tony, right now, Joe is going to type in, and it's going to come up on the screen here. He's going to type in the address of where it's at. If you look up above the feed, Tony, you'll see the website. You can go to the website, and we can get some. Hey, Tony, we should get Charles and Art and Munoz up in here, man. That would be freaking fun. So I'm sure a question will arise.
So I forgot to put the city on there, but I mean, if you Google Map Dawes Street, I don't think there's another Dawes Street out in the Sacramento area. We're in Rancho Cordova. We're at 2725 Dawes Street. It's the Mills Shopping Center. So if you're familiar with Rancho Cordova at all, you should be fairly familiar with the Mills Shopping Center.
Or as we used to call it back in the day, Rancho Cambodia.
Yeah, and we're happy to be in this shopping center because there's a lot of resources. We're just an escape room here, but if you're thinking, oh man, okay, we're going to want to get something to eat, or you mentioned alcohol. We don't have alcohol here. This isn't really an alcohol-based thing, but we do have a pool hall right next door. You can go play pool and get drinks and all that stuff. It's right next door.
I guess what I meant in that, let me preface that by asking the question a different way. Say corporate company A says, man, I want to do something for my employees. Say they've got 18 employees. That's 6 per, so that's 3 hours. Say they want to set up, they want to rent the whole place for the entire night. They want to set up a table with snacks, hors d'oeuvres, glasses of wine. Not a drunken party, but just while the other 12 are out here chilling, 6 of them are in there for an hour, so they rent the whole night out. Is that something, or is that just like totally off limits?
Nothing's ever totally off limits. In that scenario, I would just have to check. I just have to check and see what my permits allow for me to do and what I'm allowed to do within the building. But of course, as long as it's something that I'm allowed to offer to the public, I'm more than willing to offer it.
Oh, we've got Austin Jansma watching all the way from Elko, Nevada. Austin, are you there on a film?
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you doing in Elko, Austin?
And are you driving your little tiny car? The little tiny, have you seen this car?
Is it that big?
It's about as big as this table, dude. I swear to God. I don't know how the guy gets
Is it one of those smart cars or something?
The 500. It's whatever. It's the 500. It's seriously from here to the freaking wall right there. That's how big it is. Dude, you couldn't fit in it, dude.
I'd have to see it, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be like Hightower in that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old 80s comedy reference.
Yeah. If
anyone under 40 watching.
Yeah. All right, so what are you going to do? How long are you going to keep this particular theme, and then when are you going to move to the next one?
Well, we are planning on, I feel like this place is a work in progress.
Right. Okay.
So we're gonna continue to upgrade. If we might be up one night and go, hey, you know what? This would be great. Let's incorporate that into the room. We'll probably do that. We will continue to make upgrades to this room, but it's kind of like a video game. We don't want to just scrap the old game and do a new one.
No.
We want to build another one. So we're looking at other suites within the shopping center to where we can open up additional rooms. We're not everything is going to be an escape scenario. We're really moving more into the quest scenario. And the only difference is instead of oh, we're in peril and we need to get out.
Right.
Quest scenarios are where, oh, we need to go save somebody, or we need to go discover something, or we have a mission and we need to find out the mission.
So like
Same
this
as
person's
what
going
we
to
do.
die in 60 seconds if you don't get to him. And I put that in quotes.
Yeah, not to give away any future ideas or anything.
Oh, my bad. That's my idea.
No, we have all kinds of scenarios.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, this one is not scary.
No,
we do have plans to make scary ones in the future. We want to appeal to all. We just want to make this one not be a scary one so that we can appeal to the broadest audience possible. We want to provide all sorts of entertainment for the public. This is our first form that we're offering to the general public. As long as we do well on this endeavor, we'll continue to do more. And we already have designs for about 3 to 4 more rooms in the works right now. So we're just kind of seeing how this one goes, and then we're going to build it from there.
Tony says murder mystery. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. I don't know if I already asked. I don't think I did, but maybe I began to ask it. Is there going to be like any kind of contest? Like, hey man, we had this one group that did it in 42 minutes, and we're going to run a contest for the month of August, and whoever gets the best time gets X prize.
We went through those considerations. What we did come up with in that realm is we are going to have a leaderboard. So we will have a leaderboard that people can see, who got it fastest without any hints. But and while we encourage competition and we do want people to be competitive, the main focus of this room is not so much the competitive nature. It's more to come in and enjoy the experience.
Camaraderie.
Yeah. Like we said, one person shouldn't be able to get through there. It's really meant for a team experience, working together, learning about each other's strengths and weaknesses, and how we work well together as a team. If you get stuck on a puzzle for more than 10 minutes, you should be asking for a clue.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep moving, you want to keep getting through the game. But when it comes to contests, so we do want to do contests. We do want to do giveaways with the general public. We have a couple of them in works. One of them we're going to be announcing here on Facebook, and it's going to be a live interactive contest. So we have a live interactive contest that we're going to do with the general public. Not to give too much away, but we have a scavenger hunt kind of activity that's going to be involved. Again, a lot of throwbacks. They used to do that with the newspapers a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Scavenger hunts. We're working out something with the local businesses where we're going to do a similar type of event that people will be able to get prizes through, using their intellect in regards to the puzzles that we announce on the live program.
Steve Urbano says he's watching from work in Rockland. Well, hey, Steve, I want you to get all your fellow employees to come
Bring 'em
around.
down.
First off, watch the show. And second off, seriously, Urbano, go up to the link right up here and go on the website and book it. It's $30 a person.
Yep.
Get 6.
And we have all kinds of offers on there as well. We have special deals on there also. And little Birdie told me there might be some Groupon deals out there available. So you can always look up those as well.
Little Red Robin.
A lot of different offers out there available so that you can make this affordable to come down and enjoy with your coworkers, your family, your friends. And again, I really want to stress, you don't have to be, this isn't about being a smart guy. This is about coming down and having fun. Some of these puzzles, we had a test group come through, very, very, very smart guys in there, man. One of the logic puzzles, they solved it in no time flat, and that's one a lot of people have trouble with, is logic puzzles. These guys solved that quick, the really stuff that we thought they were going to have trouble with. And when it came to some of the more creative, outside-the-box stuff, they didn't get it. They needed some hints. So sometimes you just might be really good at searching.
Right.
And that could be, we really geared this room to where it plays to multiple people's strengths, not just raw intellect as far as I'm smart and I can solve a word problem.
Yeah.
That's not what this is. It's an interactive experience.
That's why I said earlier, right brain and left brain working together.
Well, it's going to be opposite on there because
there you go. So if you have a bunch of smart dudes in there, say they're all just like boom, they're not going to be able to allegedly not be able to think outside the box more creatively, and they can get stuck. You can get some just weird wacko artistic dude in there and be like, oh yeah, here it is, and figure it out that quick.
You want to bring a diverse group.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. This is encouraging diversity in how our minds work, mental diversity. And that's where you're going to have the greatest strength and the best time in here is coming in with a mentally diverse group.
Yeah. So are there going to be any, now, I'm just trying to think of questions that people are going to ask you or me. Maybe they've already asked. So we've got, July coming up. Is there going to be a little Independence theme? Maybe in October, is there going to be a Halloween theme or a Christmas theme? Just for even like a weekend or a week or whatever.
We're looking into all those possibilities right now. We've just gotten it up and running, so right now we're going to stick with what we've built and see how it's received by the general public. We've only gotten it up and running in the last few days, so this is brand new. If you want to go on and book, you see that we have a bunch of openings. It's because we just opened with bookings, so that's why that's all available on there. You can literally come down now and be one of the first groups to ever try this from the general public.
Hey, real quick, Christy Savage just said nice shirt. I want to show everyone this shirt. Right here, Grunk the Smasher. Right here. Okay, Christy Savage, that's on the feed right now, she's making a film, and it's called Grunk the Smasher, and this is I was hoping that you would come on and see the shirt.
I saw the casting call on that for the extras, for the henchmen.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to do it, but I was out of the state filming. So, hey, man, go check out her Facebook page, Grunk the Smasher. So, what's up, Christy? Tony says, sounds like fun. When my team gets the fastest or highest score or whatever, is our team name and time posted?
Yeah, we will be posting our leaderboards. So we're hashing out exactly how we're going to present that right now, but we are going to be presenting it. And our leaderboards will be set up similar to an Excel type of spreadsheet. Obviously a little bit more presentable than a basic Excel spreadsheet, but in the similar fashion where we'll have statistics along with it. You'll have finishing time combined with whether or not you needed clues to get through or how many clues you needed. So what we're really hashing out right now is how to score it. How to create an overall scoring and what should be worth what amount of points and that sort of thing, so that we can give people kind of an accurate. So because let's face it, a lot of us are. One of the hardest challenges that, like I said, ego is the hardest challenge when you get into this room. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm giving you guys the secret. Get rid of the ego. If you're really truly competitive, this is one of those weird areas where not being as competitive is going to be to your benefit and help you be more competitive. I know that sounds like a bunch of circular talk, but honestly. If you're trying so hard and you're so committed to being the fastest and the best, you're going to get stuck in a roadblock that's going to keep you from progressing in this. Sometimes you need that clue. Sometimes you need to think, work and really pull it together with your resources to move on so that you can actually complete the entire thing.
So, what are you going to do? Say you get scenario A, and you have someone in there that just wants to leave. You know what? Maybe they get, I'll give you two scenarios. One, maybe they're getting a bit claustrophobic, and they're not small rooms. I'm just saying people can get claustrophobic in a big room. Or they just get pissed off at somebody, they don't want to work with them anymore. They're like, F you, I want to leave.
Absolutely. That's a great question. That is something that we should cover. At no point in time are you ever actually locked in the room. We talked about that earlier. If you exit through the same door that you entered, there is no penalty. We mentioned no cell phones in the room. We have first responders that come to use these games. They have to have their cell phone on them. It's required. It's part of their job. It's part of the service they provide to us as a community. So we allow them, we're not hard-nosed, you can't participate. We allow them to have a cell phone. We ask them, exit the room before you. If you answer the cell phone in the room, we will end the game for everybody. That will end the game for everyone. If you step outside the room, you need to answer your phone, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Is there an alarm that goes off like a...
We're video monitoring
game.
you. Yeah, we're monitoring you via video. We're actually required to do that through our insurance company.
Yeah, we're voyeurs. Well, he's a voyeur.
Hey, somebody called it my perv room when they looked at it back there.
Yeah, actually, it's a cool
little
room.
tiny. My office is basically about as big as this table, as big as Austin's car.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of, if you haven't seen Human Centipede 2. It reminds me of that guy's. You have to watch it. I'm not trying to compare you to that guy. It's just that room, that one room.
That's the reference I want to
Well, we're going to edit that part out. No, Tony asked a good question. Is it videotaped, or are we allowed to Facebook Live it? First off, Tony, if you're paying attention, brother, you're not allowed to take a phone in there.
Nope.
So no, you can't Facebook Live it. I'll let him answer the first part.
We can't even do this show from in there right now, because that's one thing that's really important to us. We don't want to ruin the experience for other players.
Yeah.
Of course, there's going to be spoilers out there. People are going to post spoilers, and that's fine. They're free to do that. We've designed a lot of these to where if you just post spoilers for codes, we can change the codes in here, and we will be changing them quite regularly. So if you just memorize the codes, that's not going to get you back through the next time. You're going to have to actually complete the puzzle to get the code. But there's all kinds of ways people can do spoilers, and if you're into that, and if that's your thing, if you just want to be on the leaderboard and you want to take spoilers, fine. I'm not worried about that. If that's how you have fun, we want you to have fun. So if that's how you have fun, that's fine. That's why we're not giving away prizes and things like that for beating the room in a certain amount of time, because we don't want to have to deal with those kind of logistics. If you want to come in and do that, that's fine. But we really encourage people not to post anything from inside the room so that you don't spoil it for others. So other people can come in fresh and really get an idea of what they're doing and have a new experience.
And again, I'm going to say this. When I first walked into this building, when I did the first interview with him months ago, it was nothing but 4 walls. I think they were blue at the time. Or white. I don't remember.
Whitish. They were, I don't know. One of them was purple.
Okay, maybe that's right.
One of them was purple. This used to be a phone store that uses the color purple for their...
Oh, that one. But like this right here, it's around several places, but the way the room is transformed from when I first saw it is absolutely amazing. And I'm excited to know... And when you guys go through these, go on his Facebook page and let him know what kind of time that you had. If you had a good time, let him know. Tell others about it. But as he said, you know what? Don't be that person or those people that try and give away things. Let other people have an experience in here.
We try no spoilers, please. Really try not to do that. Let other people enjoy the game. Let them come in and get the same experience you did. If you came in without spoilers.
Okay. Now, is there anything that you want to let people know? Because there might be some people. Because first off, we've already said it more than once. You're not literally going to be locked in here, so you don't have to be freaked out about that. But
and back to what you were saying, people need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
You want to leave to use the restroom. We don't pause the game when you leave.
The time keeps going.
But you're not penalized in any way. We don't remove time. We don't end the game because somebody left the room. Like I said, it's as immersive as you want it to be. It's your imagination, We've actually had some groups where I can go in with the kids. I've been in education before and things like that. I can work well with children. Of course, I want some of the adults in there with me. I don't need to be locked in a room with a whole bunch of kids.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I can go in and work with them, and we can kind of walk them through. And they're less interested in the immersion. They're more interested in the puzzle solving and helping the kids move along with the puzzle solving. That's really what we wanted to design here. We want this to be used in whatever way you have fun. I have fun one way. You have fun another way.
Right.
We feel like this is a tool for everyone to have fun in their own way while exercising their brain. So whether you're the person that wants to run on the treadmill and listen to headphones or watch TV, or you want to play ball against the wall or ride your bike or whatever it is, exercising is a way that the gym provides different ways for people to enjoy exercising. We're trying to provide different ways for people to enjoy exercising their brain.
Yeah, and again, guys, I encourage you to look at the feed, but it's jarstudio.com, right?
Escapejar.com.
Escapejar.com, and again, it's up there, and I will.
It's the octopus, because an octopus can escape from a jar.
Right.
You put it
I actually like the thing you have in the bathroom, the little octopus.
Oh yeah, that's our mascot is the octopus.
Yeah.
A little toilet paper roll with an octopus. That was my wife.
Hey, what'd be cool is if there's a hatcher or anyone out there that has a little saltwater tank, maybe a little small octopus that they want to donate to Joe as the mascot for the escape room. I'm just saying.
We would definitely consider it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could do something like that.
I know he's got some squirrels, but
oh yeah, still got the squirrels.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
they're not out yet.
Well, no, we
Oh, you keep getting them.
Yeah. So we have the juveniles that had their eyes closed in the videos before. Actually, I should post another video of them. They're big now. They run all over me like a tree. And
that's freaking cool.
Yeah, they're super fun. Yeah,
that is cool. Now, is there any other little tidbits that you want to let people know?
Come down and have fun. That's really what we're here for. We want to try to make this as enjoyable of an experience as it can be for you. Please don't be intimidated by whether or not you think you're smart or not. That's not what this is about. Unless you want it to be about that. If you think you're really super smart and you want to prove how fast you can get through it, great. We want you to do that. And if that's how you have fun. If you have fun just by hanging out with your buddies. And this is one thing I want to say about our puzzles. The way we've designed this is we want you to, when you ask for a clue, when you get to the point where you have to ask for a clue and you get it and you figure out the puzzle, we really hope that you slap yourself in the head and not flip us off. We don't want you to be mad that we made a puzzle that was too hard for you. We really want you to be like, oh my gosh, I totally should have known that. How did I not see that the answer was that simple or that obvious? That's really what we're going for here. We want you to kind of not be disappointed in yourself and feel like, oh, I'm stupid. It's more about like, oh my gosh, man, that was actually kind of fun because all I needed to do was look at it from this direction or look at it from this perspective, and I would have had the answer.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. Joe, I appreciate the interview. And again, go to the website that we're going to be posting on here.
Escapejar.com.
Escapejar.com. Book it. It's $30.
Book it now.
$30 a person. It's up to 10 people, so you can get, we'd like it to be, or he'd like to be 6 to 10 people. So get your friends, get your family, get your co-workers, and get her done. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great weekend.